All right, guys. So, we're here to talk about AMC, more of the same kind of BS that we did see in the past with AMC. We were up quite a bit today, and now we're finishing at this low point, which doesn't make sense why we would see this decrease so much. But we're going to get into it. We're going to get into why this did happen. We're going to get into, the Ortex data and all of the normal stuff that we would normally talk about. But this is just more BS, that we did see. So guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, definitely hit that notification bell if you guys are interested in more content just like this one, talking about different stocks and cryptos and all that stuff. Hit that subscribe button. As well as if you guys want to join the Discord group, the link is in the description. All you have to do is join the Patreon on any level and you'll have that Discord access and also have a bunch of videos over on Patreon as well. But what we're here to talk about is AMC. Let's go ahead and look at this here. And you could see AMC, look at this movement. It's just not it's not fair what they do, what the hedge funds do. It's just not fair. This is not retail traders that are doing this, that are performing this acts or these acts and this activity. This is hedge fund based, just manipulation. That's like downhill, like negative. It's just horrible, right? I don't even know how to classify it. It's just horrible. That's all we can really say. I'm currently still holding my 900 shares, didn't make any moves, holding my call options with AMC. And you can see here that through the after hours market, the pre-market, you can see that we were kind of consistent. Yes, we did have a little bit of a downward movement, a little V-shaped recovery here in the pre-market to where it started to come down towards that peak point that it did hit in the pre-market there after the gap down or just the fall. It didn't really gap. But you could see here, I did fall down and opened up at 41.90, which is a great place to open up. You did start to see it drop down even more, which kind of indicated that we might see a negative day, though we were starting to see other things start to pull back at some of those times, which there's a number of positions that held the same line as AMC. But you can see here that $41.23 was that low point to where it did bounce off of there and then started to see some really, really good positive movement, It started to increase. Seeing that crossover of the 15 moving average to the 200 EMA indicated that bullish trend. It continued to hold that, consistently held it, hit a high point and actually consolidated just a little bit before finding its next run all the way up to a level of 44 and then increasing a little bit more up to 44.30. Eventually hitting a high point of 44.43 after a slight pullback, a little bit of a recovery. I consider it as consolidation because the way that I look at it is just flat movement across the board until it hits its end point. And then you see it hit that high point of 43 or 44.43 before decreasing crazy, right? This fell down in such a straight line without any type of recovery in mind, right? You did see a couple of green candlesticks, not really, reflecting the same amount of, buying power that you did see throughout the day. But, 37 million shares worth of volume. We don't typically see that much activity or that much movement in the price with 37 or 40 million shares worth of activity. So seeing this price action and how it was all taken away in the matter of like an hour or two is ridiculous. We do see a little bit of a comeback here to get us back to break even at 42-ish. We still haven't closed yet. We have about a minute. We might get back to break even, which would be great, but we should have finished at 4% gain. 3% gain, maybe even a 2% gain, but to finish flat after all of that activity, it was all for nothing. That's basically what they're trying to show us. It was all for nothing, and that all the gains that we had, they took away very, very quickly. Which this may mean that they might not have as much firepower as they usually do. I feel like they try and switch up the trends instead of just looking at the trends, seeing all the beginning of the week go up and see the end of the week go down, or, the beginning of the week go up, middle of the week go down and end of the week go up, like having some sort of trend there. They want to switch things up and make sure we're not trying to see this as a consistent move in a certain day, every single week. that's not what they want, because then we could predict that, we can make money, we could put it back into AMC, and obviously the hedge funds do not want that. With this movement here, this looks like healthy retail movement, right? You see it going up, but it's over a longer period of time. You could see the pullback just a little bit. You could see the movement over a longer period of time. You could see it holding in some of these areas, and then all of a sudden, down goes Goliath, right? It just falls down from, $44.43 to a low here of $41.80, or getting back to a point to where basically where it started. $41.90 is where it started. It got all the way back down to lower than where it opened up at $40.80 something cents, 85 cents. It did increase, and you see it close at about break even, down 0.14%, and it is down in the after hours market just slightly. But again, 38 million shares worth of volume. It's not something that typically you will see a large increase off of, 40 million shares worth of volume. But the point is that you can, without the amount of shorts that they're shorting it, which I'm noticing that it's starting to go up a little bit. It was at 30% on Fintel for a while, and now you're seeing it at about 35%, 36%. It's not to the level of 50% like it was before, but that's all what they want us to see, not all the things that are in the background. So that's what I'm saying there. Let's look at the Ortex data just really quick, just to understand exactly what is happening here. Let me refresh this so it is updated. I guess I can't do that. So let me just bring this over here and log in really quick, because I don't want to show anything. That's not the password. Give me just 1 second. And let's see if we could just quickly log in and get the Ortex data. There we go. All right, now we have the Ortex data here, and we're seeing that there were 850,000 borrowed shares. We have 2.52 million, return shares, which is a negative short interest. We're looking at 1.8 change in short interest, a negative change in short interest, and now we are below 16% for short interest of free float. We're also seeing 81 million shares that are out there, 81 million shorted shares that are out there. It just physically doesn't make sense how we would see that decrease so much off of 40 million shares worth of volume, and seeing them actually shorted at the end of the day. Just it shows that they were obviously building up borrowed shares in order to short a lot. And again, there's a ton of things that are happening behind the scenes that we really don't know about. So if we look here, you can see here that the shares on loan is at 92.43 million. You're seeing utilization at 81.56, right? So what does all this tell you? Well, to tell you the truth, this is what it tells you. When you look at this data, you're like, oh, you know what? They're returning their shares. They're covering their shorts. The interest is decreasing, but this is the picture that they want to paint for you. I really just want to stress this. This is the picture that they do want to paint for you, and anything could happen. Don't get me wrong. Anything could happen. We obviously know the setup is there. The play is there. However, anything could happen. Hedge funds can do something, illegal if they wanted to. Government could do something illegal if they wanted to, that, technically wouldn't be illegal in their, by their book, because, they make all the laws. They could do whatever they want. If it's going to crash the system, if something like, big hedge fund collapsing will collapse the system and collapse the stock market and just send everything in a downward spiral. They obviously don't want that. So there could be an instance there. There's just a lot of speculation. You really don't know. And this is why you always need to find a way to, maybe make your own situation the best that it could be. If you truly believe in the play, obviously don't risk everything that you have out there, because you never know what the government and what hedge funds can do. But if you feel like you're risking a lot, don't risk it all. Find a way to spread the love out to other areas. But just, I think, in my opinion, that this is a strong play, and I will continue to hold that that what's it, $38,000 that I have invested into, or it might be $40,000 that I've invested into this position, and go on about my day and play it as if it's going to be the biggest play that I have ever seen. And I think it will be. And again, that's a strong emphasis on think, because it's all my opinion. So none of this is financial advice, guys. You play it how you want to play it. But the way that I feel like this is a very, very strong play. But it's more of the same. It really is. We haven't seen anything different every single week. It's always, we see it increase and they somehow pull it back down to wherever they believe Earth is. But we're gonna keep moving. We're gonna keep it going, and I will give you guys an update as much as I can. But we're gonna see this thing roll. I know people are getting tired of how this is going, but we'll leave it at that. And I think it's going to be a good play. So guys, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more videos like this one. Also, make sure you guys get your free stocks with Webull down below. Don't forget to check out some of the links, the Discord link, the Patreon link, and all of the different videos that I have across YouTube. It's always great. But I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.